Well, that's not how you eat the beans. You're making a mess. You need a spoon.
I'm not, it's alright, I can use my hand.
You need a spoon, alright? I'll get you a spoon. Far out. Making so much mess. Just wait there, alright? I'll get you a spoon. How are you going? Today, I'm going to show you how to make a spoon using only one tool. A spoon. No, you meant to grab the metal spoon.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, let's do that again. So, So the reason I'm doing this is I'm not a very good woodworker, and I would not be able to make something impressive enough that would stand on its own. So that's why I have to introduce a stupid gimmick that makes people want to watch my video. And look, here you are. Also, I am really sick of not getting splinters in my mouth while I'm eating soup. Now the first thing I'm going to do is turn this boring blunt spoon into a spoon making tool. And I'm going to do this by temperature hardening it in a furnace and then making it sharp. But if you don't have a furnace, don't worry. You can just harden it up in the same way my father hardened me up. You just put it in front of a TV and you leave the house and you never come back. I'm just popping down to the shops to just for a little while. But if you get hungry, there's milk in the fridge, so yeah. Well, but it expires tomorrow, so you better get drinking. All right, see you later, champ. So just pop it into the flaming furnace. And once the spoon is nice and red hot, I'm going to take it out and dunk it in some oil. And I'm just dunking the tip of the spoon, as that is the only section I want to harden. So then I'm just going to carefully take it out of the oil. And the reason the spoon gets nice and hard is that when you heat it up and cool it down quickly, something happens to the molecules. Kind of like what I'm doing with my hands, like this or like that or this, I don't really know. Now that it's hard, I'm going to file down the spoon on one edge to make a cutting surface, so I can kind of use it like a chisel. And now, I've realized I should have sharpened it first and hardened it later to make life easier. But, you know what they say, big shoes means big socks. So now that it's sharpened, let's do the certified test done by every single person that ever sharpens anything anywhere, which is cutting a tomato. It looks strange, but it's definitely sharp. Also, if you're watching this from prison, you can now stop. That concludes my tutorial on how to turn a spoon into a shank. Make sure to tune in next week because I'm teaching you how to turn orange juice into alcohol. So then, I'm going to be using this piece of wood to carve the spoon out of. And I found this wood tucked away in my garage, and I think it's treated pine, which might be poisonous. I'm not completely sure, but I guess we'll find out later. And I'm going to attempt to carve it by using the same scooping technique you use for ice cream. And this is a lot harder than any ice cream I've ever eaten. This small dent in the piece of wood probably took me around 10 minutes. Insane compared to the amount of time it would take if you were using the appropriate tool. So now I just got to carve the rest of the wood away. And to do this, I'm going to be turning one of the edges into a planer. And this time, I've learnt my lesson. I'm going to be sharpening it first, and then hardening it to make life easier. So once I shape the edge, we're heading back to the forge. And I've had enough of being oily. My hands are still slippery. So I'm going to be quenching it in the best thirst quencher around. Some lemonade and ice. And that quench worked really well. It's feeling much harder than the last time. So now, to start slowly shaving off all the wood to reveal the beautiful spoon hiding inside. And this is slow. Really slow. I'm probably scraping off 1/10 of what the correct tool would use. So while I'm doing this slowly, here are some fun facts about spoons. Some are true and some are made up by me. Spoons were invented by the Egyptians in 3100 BC. 50 years later, the Egyptians also invented soup as they wanted something to use their spoons for. There is an Australian bird named spoonbill, called so because it has a spoon-like bill which it brings to every eating occasion. There is also an Australian man named Bill who also has a spoon in which he brings to every occasion. And 3 hours later, I have created this rough-looking spoon. So now I need to make it nice and smooth, and I did some experiments to see whether I could sand down the spoon using the spoon, but it just didn't work. So I'm going to have to use some sandpaper. But to make it feel like I'm not breaking my own made-up rules, I'm going to cut the sandpaper into a shape of the spoon. So let's get sanding. Thanks.
$1.50! A lousy $1.50!
Sorry, no, wait, I don't...
I come all the way down to Australia, I come into your house, and you give me $1.50!
I don't make much money, I'm sorry.
This is pathetic!
I'm sorry.
What a waste of time!
Okay, it's looking quite nice. I think it definitely fits the definition of a spoon. So now the last stage, which is just oiling it up. You just watched a guy jack off a spoon for 30 seconds. It's ridiculous. And now you're watching me talking about how you watched a guy jack off a spoon. And there you have it. You don't need expensive stuff and tools to make things. The only thing you need is a spoon. And a furnace, yeah. And some tongs. Yeah, and some sandpaper. And some oil. And a quenching container. And a vice. But yeah, not much. So let's go try the spoon out. Oh, I've got a spoon for you. Finally, here you go.
I'm already finished. Don't worry about it.
Okay, wait, next time then. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe.